Hi, AT from CNC at Home. Recently we had a death in the family and I took the opportunity to do a quick project making coasters slash hot pads. Kind of a timeline of this person's life. So let me just open up the project. We had kind of a tight timeline, so I didn't have much time to videotape or anything what I was doing. So this is basically the end result. So what I did was I created a grid using my 108 millimeter square that I use for tiles, because that's the size of the tile that I use. And I made a grid 3 by 3 and then brought some pictures in through different phases of the life here. So it starts out with the baby, and then it goes to the boy, then the graduate, and we have the professor, we have the husband, the father, we have the grandfather and great-grandfather, and we have the author. Then the last tile just represents the day that he passed. So each one of these I burned separately, even though I did the project as one grid. The images are all larger than the tile itself. So let's just look at one of these real quick. We'll just shut some of these off. We'll look at the professor. Let's zoom in on that one. Okay, and if we look up here, the width and the height is basically 110. Why it's 109.985, I'm not quite sure, but that's fine. The 110, so that gives me 1 millimeter overlap on each one of the edges. So when I'm burning the tile, it burns all the way to the edge of the tile and a little bit past. So the tile itself is completely burned. And that worked out well for this project. Again, I did just one at a time, burning these. This last tile down in the bottom right corner with the date, that one was burned with a black tile. So it's the inverse of this. So the entire tile is black, and then where the two hands are, that actually then is burned and turns white on the tile, as does the date. So anyway, so that's how the project was done. Each of these was burned at approximately the same. They're all the 1200 millimeters per minute at 85% power on the 5.5 watt laser. The exception being the this black one. That one was burned at 600 millimeters per minute at 100% power. And I don't remember if I burned it twice or not. I know I burned it once, that's for sure. So anyway, that's how the project worked. Again, I just burned one at a time, made sure that they worked. Each one of these kind of takes a while. If we look at this whole project, the way it's currently set up, it would take 15 3/4 hours, so 15 hours, 47 minutes, almost 48 minutes to burn this entire project if I just did it as one thing. Again, if we look at just one of these tiles, we'll go to the professor tile again. If we look at just that one, it was 2 hours to do this. And the settings on that are what I've used in the past. I used vertical scanning, 300 dpi, so just a little bit better than the resolution of the laser, but that allows for a little bit of overlap of the burning itself. And when I say the resolution of the laser beam itself is supposedly 0.1 millimeters, so you can't get any more accurate than that, but it's not exactly a square pixel. So it kind of works well to have a little bit of overlap between those. And I'm using the Jarvis for the dithering on here. It works well for pictures from what I've found. So those are the settings. Again, this particular one, using those settings, was about a 2-hour burn. All of these were about a 2 to 2.5 hour burn, except for this last one. That the last one, here we go, is quite a bit quicker because there's not much to burn, and it's all vectors and text. So this one, oops, what do we have here? Oh, we still have the other one. Hang on. Let me click that off. There we go. So this is saying, that doesn't seem right. 1 hour and 17 minutes? What did I do? Let's take a look at that. Maybe I did some crazy something. Oh, that's right, because of the speed. That's right, because I slowed that way down to 600 millimeters per minute. And the resolution is the same. This one I cut at a 45 instead of a 90. Not quite sure why I did that, because I've had such good luck running at 90 versus 45 with this laser. So anyway, so there we go. So each one of these does take a long time. The nice thing is you can fire and forget. You get them set up, you get it going, and then you can walk away from it for a couple hours, wait till it's done, get back, switch out a new tile. So I could have that running while I was doing some other things that I had to get done during that time. So anyway, there we have it. What I'll do is let me bring up an actual picture of all the tiles that I took so you can see what the end result looks like. It should look an awful lot like what we have here on the screen, except this bottom tile again is going to be black and white. So if I'm clever, I'll just fade that in on top of this and then zoom in a little bit so you can see the full thing. So if I'm clever, that's what you just saw happen. Oops. Hi, I'm AT from CNC at Home. If you like our content, help support our channel by clicking on subscribe and liking our videos. Thank you for watching this video. Have fun with your CNC at Home projects.